Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're jumping into the fascinating world of money, but probably not in the way you might expect. We're looking at insights from a review of Morgan Housel's book, The Psychology of Money. Our mission, to really get to the heart of Housel's ideas. It's less about spreadsheets, more about, well, us, humans. It's about why focusing on behavior offers such a powerful way to think about wealth. We're digging into stuff that might even make you rethink how you handle your own finances.
Yeah.
Because right from the start, the book's angle is different, isn't it? It explains money through how we act, our biases, not just formulas. Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah, and what's really striking is how the core idea suggests, that wealth isn't just about smarts or a huge paycheck. It's much more about your mindset, your discipline, how you approach things psychologically. It's definitely a change from the usual finance talk, which can get so technical, right? Instead, this book uses real stories, simple truths. And yeah, it immediately makes you question some common ideas about getting rich.
I totally agree. And that simplicity is powerful. Almost makes you think, why don't we always talk about money this way? Housel uses these great stories, shows it's about people, not just algorithms. But what does that actually mean for how we should handle our money? How does focusing on behavior change the doing part?
That's the key question, isn't it? It implies that understanding yourself, your own biases, how you react to risk, your patience, your emotions, when markets go crazy, that might be more important than, say, complex market analysis. It really challenges the idea that just knowing more about finance automatically makes you better at it. It's more about self-awareness, self-control, things most finance books just skip over. Basically, how you think about money matters more than how much finance theory you know.
Okay, so if we accept that behavioral shift is the foundation, what are the practical takeaways, the actual nuggets Housel offers? Let's get into some key lessons. One of the first big ideas is that consistent saving often beats trying to find the perfect investment early on. It kind of pushes back against needing to be a Wall Street genius from day one. It suggests showing up, saving regularly, that discipline is more powerful than a rare flash of brilliance. Makes you wonder why chasing quick wins is still so common, right?
Absolutely. It grounds everything. Build the foundation first.
Then there's luck and risk. This one's interesting. Housel says success isn't just hard work. Luck plays a big role, often one we don't like to admit. And risk, it's always there, you can't avoid it. It's quite a humbling thought, actually.
Yeah, and if you connect that to the bigger picture, recognizing luck and risk helps you stay grounded. It means acknowledging stuff beyond your control. It can soften the blow of setbacks, maybe temper the ego in success too. It's about seeing the whole system, not just your own actions.
Right, it adds nuance. Okay, another concept he talks about is tail events rule. What does that mean? Basically, a few big, often unexpected events drive most of the results. Think about it like one massive success in venture capital or one huge market crash. These outliers define things.
Exactly. And understanding why these rare events have such a massive impact is key, even though they don't happen often. Because if you ignore them, you're missing a huge piece of the puzzle. It means preparing for the unexpected, good or bad. And it reminds you that sometimes success is just about surviving long enough to catch a good wave or dodge a bad one.
Surviving long enough, that resonates. Okay, maybe the most powerful idea, for me anyway, is that freedom is the real wealth. Housel argues money's best use isn't just stacking it up, it's buying control over your time, your life. What does that do to the usual definition of wealth?
Oh, it completely reframes it, doesn't it? It challenges that more is always better idea. Wealth stops being just a number. It becomes a tool for autonomy, for living the life you actually want. It makes you ask, with every financial choice, is this getting me more freedom, more control, or just more stuff? It shifts focus from things to agency.
Such a great point. And then the flip side, the warning, enough is enough.
Yeah.
He basically says greed, that relentless chase for more, can destroy wealth faster than bad luck or bad investments. It's about seeing that line between having plenty and pushing too far.
Absolutely critical. It highlights why setting boundaries is so important, recognizing when you have enough, that knowledge protects you. It stops you from making reckless moves, chasing something you might not even need. It's like a psychological safety net.
Keeps you grounded. Okay, last key lesson we'll touch on. Long-term thinking wins. Sounds simple, maybe even old-fashioned today. But Housel really emphasizes letting compounding do its thing. Patience, consistency, resisting that urge to constantly buy and sell based on the news cycle, which, let's be honest, is hard.
It really is. But this principle highlights the sheer power of time and discipline over trying to outsmart the market day to day. It's that classic time in the market, not timing the market idea. Leveraging compounding, Einstein supposedly called it the eighth wonder, right? It's a quiet strategy. Often feels counterintuitive when everything financial seems so loud and fast.
So true. Okay, let's talk about the book itself for a moment.
Yeah.
The style. How does Housel present these ideas?
Well, the writing is really engaging, short chapters, lots of great stories, historical bits, makes it super readable. And that structure works, doesn't it? It helps these behavioral ideas stick. It actually motivates you to think differently.
Definitely. And I think one of its biggest strengths is that practical wisdom, backed by relatable stories, not just theory. These are principles that feel timeless, like they'd work no matter what the economy's doing. And crucially, it spends so much time on the emotional side of money, the psychology. Most finance books just don't go there.
Why do you think that emotional piece is so vital, yet so often ignored?
Well, emotions are messy, right? Finance likes clean numbers, rational decisions. But we're not always rational with money, are we? Fear, greed, impatience. They drive so many choices. Housel puts that front and center. Now, it does have maybe limitations. It's not a step-by-step investing manual. You won't find stock picks. And you might notice some core ideas pop up again in different chapters, maybe from slightly different angles.
True, but you could argue those are intentional choices, you know? The goal seems to be shifting your mindset, giving you a framework, not specific trading advice. Its strength is in that reframing, not in detailed prescriptions.
Makes sense. So who's this book really for? I'd say it's great for beginners, sure, but also anyone struggling with their money mindset. Even seasoned investors could benefit from the behavioral reminders. Basically, anyone who wants lasting principles, not just get-rich-quick stuff. And the review we looked at gave it a solid 5 out of 5. Called it a must-read if you want to master money behavior, not just bank balance. Yeah, pretty strong endorsement.
Yeah, sums it up well, because the core message, really, is that getting rich and staying rich, they're different skills. And Housel argues both depend way more on things like patience, humility, self-control, than on market tips. So what does that actually mean for you listening right now as you manage your own finances?
It definitely shifts the focus, doesn't it? This whole deep dive moves us beyond just the numbers into the human side of money. It's not only what you do, but how you think and behave that shapes your financial future.
Exactly. So let's leave you with this thought. If freedom, real control over your time is the ultimate goal, the true wealth, what's one small behavioral change, just one little thing you could try making today to gain even a tiny bit more of that freedom? Something to mull over.